Hey there, my name is Bryan Uri, and today for European and Medieval History, I am going to be doing the Chosen series review on episode 1 and 2 and reviewing how it kind of relates to the Roman history. Now, The Chosen is a series film and it's actually set in 1st century BC or BCE, if you will. And whether you're a Christian or not, this is a Christian film, by the way. It looks at the life of Jesus, and still it's really interesting to see how the film and the show itself actually portray the Roman life and the city life. Now, in the show, it follows multiple stories. However, there's multiple aspects of Roman culture that you can see there and how things were actually treated back then. Because even though the show, yes, it's a Christian show, still it shows lots of historical accuracy in how it portrays its characters and the environments. Now, one thing to go over, the architecture. It's very well done in this show. As you can tell, the architecture is up to its time, and actually something really impressive that you can actually get a feeling if you've never watched the show before is that oftentimes people, they talk about the Roman Empire. It's like, oh, this is barbaric nation. Back then, it was this nation that, oh, they did this and that. They'd conquer and they'd do all these bad things. However, you see in the show, they're actually quite advanced, and it really gives you, even if you already knew about the Roman Empire and their amazing architecture inspired off the Greeks and all the other things, the inventions they've had, you can still see that it's actually quite detailed in how it portrays Roman life. There's poorer areas of the city, there's richer areas of the city. Then you have Roman centurions and guards being like the police of the cities. And it's very accurate. It's really cool to see a look at kind of like a snippet back up in time of how things were back then. Now, how does it relate more to the Roman history? Well, at the time, the Roman Empire was Augustus, and he was quite oppressive, but he still was doing his job there as emperor, even though the taxes were high in the show. And primarily one of the storylines is that there's a dude who has a problem with taxes because he can't pay them because of the tax being over and over again. Now, at the time, the Jews in the show and historically were being protected by the Romans and also had their own form of separate tax. However, still they were taxed the same under same Emperor Augustus. Now, something really cool to consider is actually how you can see the levels of the Roman guards. One thing that's often not looked upon in the show, because once again the show is a Christian show, most people they'll focus on Jesus aspects, but focusing on the historical aspects, you can actually see all the ranks and how it was actually quite brutal back then that if you disobeyed higher ranking Roman soldiers, remember stoicism that they had, they're all strong, it was not really good for you. It didn't really end up good. Literally, one of the scenes, a tax collector came in with another Roman centurion and came in to this leader, someone who oversaw the whole area. And literally the dude said, give me 2 reasons, 1, 2, why I shouldn't kill you. It's like, wow, like dang, they were like that. It's like, wow, it's surprising. But still, culturally, architecturally, there are many details in the show. I'm trying not to go over every single little detail because if you are watching this, I do want you to go watch the show as well. Even if you're not Christian, still it's a wonderful show to watch. It just shows just the overall detail that goes in trying to put historic events into action. So it's really cool to see. So I hope you can check it out. And yeah, that's my kind of like little summary recap on episodes 1 and 2. Just a few more points before I go. Nicodemus, he was an actual person. Jesus was an actual person. Whether you believe in the religious parts or not, these were actual people, and there's historical accounts on them, and it's really cool to see just how the story wraps up. Even if it's taken in a little Hollywood, modern sense, still it's really cool to see how history adapts into our modern sense for our eyes to view. And it helps us picture in our minds, whenever we're studying or whenever we're reading our textbooks, this is what life was actually like back then, or similar to it. So it's really cool to see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little kind of summary recap video I have here, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your summer and you guys have a good rest of your next semester going up. So good luck preparing on that, and that was my recap video.